Alright, good afternoon everyone. From day 14 on board the P&O Iona. Now if you've been following the series, you know that today is our second sea day in a row as we make our way back to our disembarkation port of Southampton. Everyone type boo in the comments if you're upset that this cruise is coming to an end, because I know that I certainly am. Alright, so just to give you a quick update on our current location as we make our way back to Southampton. That's where we are. We're basically on the northwest tip of France, headed around there and beginning to go into the Channel. Well, the Channel. I was going to say the Channel Islands, but we're going into the Channel. That's what it's called, the English Channel. Now, would you be surprised if I told you that I'd done a little bit of sunbathing this morning? It's no joke, I genuinely did for about 15 minutes. There was a break in the clouds and the sun came through and it was lovely. It was very warm. It was quite Mediterranean, dare I say it, which is very surprising given how north we are towards Southampton. But that's what happened. I mean, it didn't last very long, and obviously the clouds have now taken over, so the sun is pretty much gone. But for that 15 minutes, I was reunited with the sun, and it was glorious as it shined upon my face and gave me warmth at this time. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I did do a bit of sunbathing, which was pretty cool. Okay, so those of you that follow my series and watched yesterday's video, the unlucky number 13, will remember that yesterday was actually quite unlucky with the introduction of more protective measures. I can't remember what they're called now. They basically added more restrictions, and that was due to a rise in gastrointestinal illness. There was a rise basically in the cases of that, which meant that they brought in some new restrictions. The only new restrictions that I really found was in the buffet. Obviously the buffet was no longer self-service, and that's very much the situation that was this morning. Unfortunately, going to the buffet this morning was a little bit of a nightmare. It was very busy, it was very sort of chaotic, very congested as well, as the sort of service has slowed down because you're having to be served everything. And the staff are basically being given a lot more work to do, which I feel quite bad for, because they seem a little bit stressed at times, which I can understand, because I think it is quite a stressful thing. So I feel bad for them. I feel bad especially for the guys that got to stand by the door like all day and just make sure people sanitize their hands. I mean, that can't be a very interesting job. Apart from that, I don't really feel that there was any more restrictions put in place. I think the show in the SkyDome yesterday was cancelled, although I think that was more due to the rough weather rather than the actual restrictions in place. Speaking of the rough weather, it has completely changed. So the wind has like disappeared. I don't know where it's gone. The ship's still moving around a bit and everything. And it's still quite, I think they call it swelling, which is where the ship's actually like swelling back and forth. And it's sort of difficult sometimes to walk about because you're kind of getting chucked from one side to another. But the wind is completely gone. It's quite strange, really. It was quite weird walking outside this morning because there was like literally nothing. It was like something was missing, and it was the wind. Okay, so I think that's everything. I think we've caught you up with everything that I need to. Now, what are my plans for today, our last day at sea? Well, of course, we're going to have to pack, and I've been putting it off quite some time already, but we are going to have to do that at some point. And I'm also going to need to have a shower as well at some point. So I'll probably do that first, then we'll pack. We might go to the buffet first. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. But we've got to do that. We'll go to the buffet. And then there's a show on tonight as well in the SkyDome, which is some singing show. So we'll go and watch that. And we'll do everything else that we need to do. I really don't want to pack. I really don't. Because there's quite a lot of stuff to pack. I think I overpacked for this cruise. So I'm going to have to overpack back into the suitcase in reverse, which is going to be just as fun. But guys, do not worry, the cruise is not over yet. It is not over until I see Southampton out here, which I currently don't. I currently see the sea, which means that we're still cruising. So that's how we'll look at it. But yeah, we've got a few stuff we've got to do today. Not the most interesting stuff, but I'll try and make it as interesting as I can. And yeah, let's continue on with day 14 on the P&O Iona. All right, guys, I think I've delayed it enough. It's now just gone 5 p.m. and I haven't even started packing yet. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why am I rushing this? So we're going to have to start packing now. If not, I will not be getting off this ship tomorrow. Well, that's got to do, actually. I could just not pack. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Probably chuck me off. I should probably pack. I don't really remember where I put my suitcase, though. I normally put it under the bed, so I assume it's... I got it. Don't you worry. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Here we go. All right, well, I'm going to get to packing, and I'll be back with you after that, because no one wants to see this. No one wants to watch me pack. That's just boring, isn't it? Not like the rest of my content. All right. So I finished it. The packing, arguably the most important part of today, has now been done. And you can see it just over there, ready to go. So I've got to chuck that outside and try not to get locked outside like I did on Britannia, which I'm never going to live down. But it's now 7:45, so we've got time. We're going to catch about halfway through the show in the SkyDome, and then it'll probably be time for dinner, a little wander about, and then that'll probably be the end of the day. So let's drop the luggage off and do all that and enjoy the last evening on board the P&O Iona. So that was a bit sad. Let's just get on with it. All right, yeah. NBA, sign me up, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for you. I'm just a pro, man. What can you say? What can you say? Well, to prevent anyone from getting too jealous of my amazing basketball skills, I'm going to show you a few outtakes to kind of make you feel a bit better. Damn it. Ha! This is the wrong sport. Oh, God, I can't even play any sport. Okay, so maybe not quite the basketball god that I made out, But it was a bit of fun. I only went up there to take a shot because I realised I'd never actually been up there until now. So I went up there and saw there was some basketballs and stuff and thought, why the hell not? So that's what we did. That's how we ended our night. Day 14 on board the P&O Iona with a bit of exercise. But yeah, guys, that is right. We are come to the end of the day. It had to come eventually. That's how days work. So those of you that have been keeping up with the series will know that this is officially our last day on board the ship, as tomorrow we are disembarking in Southampton. But we have a bit of time on the ship. I haven't got to get off till about 9:30, so there'll be a little bit of time before we disembark, so we'll enjoy that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the cruise. It's been a great cruise. One of my favourites, I think, if not the favourite. It could be the favourite. I'll have to decide on that tomorrow when it's all done. Guys, it's all done. To be fair though, my luggage is still outside, so I'm not entirely sure if I am going, because the way I see it, if they don't take my luggage, I'll move straight back in. I've got no issues. I've got no issues. I'll stay another week. It's absolutely fine. No skin off my nose. But guys, that's going to bring it to the end of day 14 on board the P&O Iona. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the series. Make sure you check out tomorrow's video where we'll be getting off the ship. It's going to be very exciting. So don't worry about that. But no, what I'll probably do is give you an overview of the cruise, and maybe I'll throw a little treat in there for you as well for sticking around for that video. So I'm going to get to bed because it's going to be an early start tomorrow. And yeah, there we go. We're almost in Southampton. In fact, let's have a quick check. All right, a quick check of the Iona's position here. So looks like we're just off the coast of Guernsey. So we're closing in on the old Southampton. I do wish that we were kind of going the other way, but what can you do? There we go. So tomorrow we'll be back in Southampton, back in the freezing cold land of England, and it'll be great. I can't wait. Can you tell I'm being kind of sarcastic? Maybe a little bit sarcastic, but there's no turning back now. Oh, sorry, and I forgot to say before we end the video, I went to the show as well, and the show was really good. Very good singer. That's one of the things I wish that I could do. I think is sing and play guitar as well. That's two things, but I'm too lazy to learn how to play guitar and too shy to sing. So I'll leave it to the professionals for that. But yeah, I'd recommend that to anyone that's coming on here. Yeah.